In this video, I'm going to tell you how to prepare for the coming events. This is not scary. In fact, I hope you have an epiphany. It's not something that you don't already know, but you might see it completely different when I explain how to prepare for the big coming events. You ready for this? Let's go. Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through fears and live an amazing life. How's that possible? It's mystical. It's unknown to us. We don't have to have the answers. You ready to prepare? There will be large events coming. You can call them whatever you want. You know, world events, weather events, health events. We are inevitably going to go through challenges. It's why we came here. So preparing for the future, if you prepare for the future with hoarding and fear and protecting you, ego-based, you're projecting a negative future. You're telling the universe that there's something to fear. Now things will happen. Yes, they will. But nothing you do can protect you from that. Nothing. It would be very temporary, and it will actually create opposition and conflict that will work against you. Big events will come. It's inevitable. It's the challenges that we signed up for. It is now coming down to our response toward that. And the more you change your thinking right now, the more you project a new change, a new higher way of life, a new future. Your one thought is changing the future. Preparing right now. Thoughts, beliefs, actions. What you eat. You don't need to eat as much as you do. And I was told that years ago, that we could literally stop eating if we wanted to, that it's possible. I don't expect you to do that. Supposedly there are people that do that. All right? But what you use, your body, your house, everything, we've got to start preparing for the future. So if you live a cleaner life, respectful of others and the planet, you create that future. If you stop fearing the future and running to people trying to find out what it is, you create the future. You don't accept that that cataclysmic prediction that somebody said is real, because that's part of the game too. Are you going to believe it? Are you going to believe it? Or are you going to create it? You're powerful. Nobody tells us what our future is. And we are here, right, to unwind some things that have been created. It just won't go away. You know, stuff doesn't happen, well, it can happen overnight, but we would miss out on the journey. And we're here for the journey. We're here for the learning. We're here for all of it. I know it's tough, because as human beings, we want to protect us and our family and my stuff. You can't protect anything. You are not disposable. You are endless. You are eternal. You always have been. You always will be. Are you ready to go into the next phase? When we have acceptance and we know that we don't have the answers as humans because we have veils purposefully placed here so that we can experience fear and sadness and pain, and know it so that we can know health and love and compassion and euphoria. You can't know that unless you know what else there is that's the opposite, the contrast of that. That's what we're doing right now, and it's exciting. And we've taken it to a real extreme here, so congratulations. But every person on the planet right now is so important, because your specific energy fields of the one that came together to change the planet. Now some are in great density, deep density, probably will never come out of it during their experience here. But we all go back to our original, let's just say, form, and that's beyond our comprehension too. You are here as contrast experiencing every possible thing that you ordered. And with every choice you make, you create your own reality within the matrix that affects all of us. This isn't rocket science, so you're going to say, yeah, big whoop, except for one thing. I hope that you will take a different viewpoint of what I'm about to tell you if you haven't thought of it this way. I'll give you an example. If you decide to go out with a specific person, and then you end up marrying that person, then having children, and everything in your lives changed your complete pathway because you made one decision to go out with that person. If you decided not to go out with that person, it's really that simple. One decision. Your entire future and everybody else's, because it's a chain reaction, right? Kids that won't exist, and actions and events that won't take place, that, the ripple effect, the butterfly effect, right? It's how it works. You change the future with one decision. So if you didn't go out with that person, your complete life, your entire life experience here changed and beyond. All right? Everything did, because you will not have the same life. That's just how it works. You, with your thoughts and actions and your beliefs, right now are changing our future. It's a choice. It's not somebody else or they're an enemy. Somebody said that I'm part of their team and that we're the white hats. Guess they didn't really pay attention to my hat. It's not possible. There's no separation, because those people that they may think that we're opposing are not evil. They're just expressing themselves on a journey, and behind the veils, they haven't figured out that there's a different way. Maybe they eventually will. Certain events might have to take place for them to go into that space. And so wonderful things will happen. Now, how do you prepare for the future? Those thoughts and that project your actions, right? I have to have a belief first that creates a thought, and then I have an action. Okay, so I now changed the metaverses with all of that. And it was my choice, because nobody makes me believe anything or makes me have a thought. I'm the only one in charge of that. All right? Somebody said they can't stand, that thoughts and other things are doing this to them. I said, no, you're choosing the thoughts about that event or about that person. You're in charge of your story. And through that, you change the entire metaverse, because all your actions and what you project into the quantum field is going to come back as a yes. The universe always says yes. My students just said that the other day. Always says yes. So whatever you're thinking and feeling, if you have fear, and I teach breakthrough fear, come on over and free videos here. You project that into the future, you're creating it. You're creating it. Have you seen 3 Seconds to Manifest Anything? I'm going to shoot that, I'll release that video again. It's changed people's lives. What am I manifesting? That thought is changing the future. No one can predict the future. We can only see what we're creating now with that future, because it's happening at the same time. So as soon as we change our thoughts, that future changes. It's just that simple, and you are in charge of that. Because everybody else can contribute. And the more people that get aligned with that higher frequency, compassion, love, no more separation, no more white hats, black hats. Who gives a hoot about that, right? You're light. You have to love, just love without judgment, because the one created everything and you are the creator. You are that energy field, and so you hold that power. Yes, we're playing little, small, dense roles here. That's the game. And that matrix is what we created every moment. It's always changing with our thoughts. We create a higher earth, higher frequency earth, or a lower one. Are you going to join me in this? So there are a few things. First of all, you guys have seen this come out. Every part of my life is to help people, give people tools to learn how to take care of themselves on a higher frequency. I train people how to break through fear. I help people get training to create businesses that they control. that relieves them of being in that system that's unhealthy for everyone. These are free videos for online training. It just explains everything. Yeah, you have to pay for your training. You go to college for years. You pay for that. Nobody says anything. And that's irrelevant training, most of it is. Doesn't even apply to this world. Start taking charge. Get your skills. This is an option. I have a new company coming out. I'm going to present more options for you. Choices, because a lot of times we just don't, where do I go? Where do I start? Eat healthy. If you can go vegetarian, vegan, great. If not, you can kid yourself, but you know that what we do to animals, that has to change. We don't need to eat flesh. But if you do, you're not going to be judged for that. But eventually you might find yourself naturally changing. I've had students tell me they've completely stopped eating meat. They just didn't want to anymore. So as your frequency raises, those thoughts, and you let go of what should and shouldn't be, you might find unbelievable physical things happening to you, because now you've gone into a higher frequency and you're creating a reality that's so different, and you're going to live it, because it starts with the belief and then the thoughts and then the actions. And so instead of this person, you date this person, and maybe you don't get married, and your life completely changes. Your higher frequency will take you to higher choices. And so you will do things differently. You will think and believe. You'll take actions, and the issues, the challenges that come, the cataclysmic, we call events, the challenging events, there's going to be some big ones. It's going to happen. That's what we came here for. We're going to handle it completely different. We're going to go into community, but not without your decision. You have to make that decision personally. So this is our future. These are the events that you can prepare for. They are coming. And you have nothing to fear. It will be glorious, and it's going to change our planet in very positive ways. Shift that thought. Everything counts and changes the future, the metaverse. All right, you're whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you, my friend. Namaste.